It's taking 5 seconds. Oh, there we are. There it is. We're live. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday night. It's been a lot of Wednesdays since I got to say happy Wednesday night. Went through the thrills of convention season and being on the road, but we're back. We got Lisa Kempton from Staffed in the house. Oh, man. I have my Instagram feed up here. It did this to me earlier. I forget to turn the volume off, and then it's got like a 10-second lag, and it just starts yelling at me. I'm like, oh, shit. Before I didn't know where it was. It was like I had the tab problem that you were just going through. It was like 8 tabs deep. Like, I know there's sound coming, but I got my headphones on. I'm like, is it my computer? Is it somebody else's computer? I don't know where the sound is coming. It turned out it was my computer. I just didn't know that where the tab was with the tab between the tabs. But here we are. We made it, Lisa. How the heck are you doing tonight?
I am great. You know, it's just been one of those days where you got a lot done, but it's like lots of things thrown at you you weren't expecting to. So
like you got this to-do list and you accomplish a lot, and then you look at your to-do list and you're like, oh shit, I didn't check any of those boxes. I know I got a lot done, but not these ones.
Yeah. Well, and you know, throw in car problems on top of it all. So, you know.
What'd you have? You get a little flat tire action, get a little smoke.
So I have a son who's 20 who was trying to do a little repair on something and sorted out some stuff.
Hey, you know, there's just some ways you got to learn some stuff, and that's a really good way to do it is mess with mom's car.
Yeah. We had the conversation of electronics need a little more investigation and care before just steamrolling ahead.
Yeah, it's not pure physical where it's like turn some gears, take things apart, put it back together.
Yeah.
There are things that could be fried, electrical, including yourself. Electricity is the son of a gun. I've been zapped. I got zapped fixing a garbage disposal under the sink.
Oh yeah,
that's not a good place to get zapped because you react by sitting up, and so you go, "Ooh, shit!" and then you smack your head, and you're like, "F," and then
I've been zapped changing out. You know, like we changed out the old light switches for newer, and I've been zapped pretty good with doing that. So felt that,
It's kind of like the old like touch the stove when you're younger. It's a lesson you only need to learn once, and then you're like, "Where's that break box?" Yeah.
Let's hope.
You know, or you just learn who you can trust, where you're like, hey, did you flip that breaker? And they're like, yeah, it's good. And then you go to do it and you're like, no, you didn't. Like, son of like, you lied to me.
Yes.
So now what's the next move with the vehicle? Is it now you got to get like a pro to do some messing around, or did you get her dialed in?
It's at the pros, and the pro is like, yeah, it's not coming back for a few days. So
one of those gotta rewire some things.
Yep. So fun stuff.
That's just, but like, what a cool way to learn. That's just how you learn the stuff. And it's just unfortunate when it's your kid and your stuff. That's when you're
And he feels so bad about it that it's like you can't get angry at him because he knows.
There's like the part of you that's mad and frustrated, and the part of you that's proud to have a kid that's willing to pop a hood on a car and like start trying to fix stuff.
Exactly.
That's cool. That's like an entrepreneur wants that kid.
Yeah. But he wants to be a mechanical engineer. So it's a good lesson for him to learn early on.
You're like, hey, this is going to cost me now. You better put this in the log because you're going to owe me some vehicle repairs later on. And
exactly.
You know,
yep.
We'll call it.
Exactly. Yeah. So
I like it. Are you in your work world? Is this like the busy, crazy time of the year with just service businesses like ramping up, or is it steady state for you? What's the vibe in the business world right now for you?
So because I'm working with so many trades and things like that, like they're curious, but they're also not like, I have to do this now type of feeling because of everything else that they're trying to do. So they know, you know, like I think in the wintertime, there's kind of this like, oh, I've got all the time in the world type of thing, right?
Yeah. Like 2 to 3 months seems like forever when you're in December and you're like, I'll just take it easy for a little bit.
Yeah.
These projects and the CRMs and the whatevers. And then now they're like, oh shit, I didn't get to any of that stuff.
So the good thing is now they're like responding to me and be like, hey, I want to find out more and stuff like that. But then they're also like super busy. So getting a hold of them and things like that is, you know, fun. But it's a good time to be a part of it. AI is changing daily. And so looking at processes and what processes you can, like, it's just blowing my mind how much more every day that you can do to speed things up for business owners and to take things off their plate, because that's ultimately our goal. We don't want to make more work for business owners, more things for them to have to manage. We want to make less. We want them to really feel like that peace of mind, knowing things are handled.
Mm-hmm. It is interesting. I don't know, like I do a radio show on Wednesday afternoons and I do this late night show, and like a few years ago we were talking about AI and like how cool it's going to be and like how it's going to change things. And now we're just smack dab in the middle of it. And I did an impromptu podcast last night. And we were the point of the show last night was to talk about a virtual maid service event that's coming up. CBF Live. It's April 9th, 10th for all you maid service business owners out there. Check it out. But that conversation turned into one about AI. Like, it's really hard to talk about being a business owner and running a business and the hoops and the hurdles and the challenges with, like, I don't know that you can have that conversation without talking about AI anymore. I don't know that
it's going to disrupt business. Every aspect of business is going to be disrupted by AI and probably already has.
That's crazy. It's crazy. And like, the faster it goes, the faster it goes. We're just at the forefront. It's hard to imagine what this all looks like.
And some people, and even the big ones, they're saying the exact same things. We just don't know. Some of them are doom and gloom about it. Others are like incredibly positive and like, talking about it's like the, agriculture revolution to the industrial, right? Like, people didn't know what it would look like and they were scared, but then it ended up being so much better on the other side. So you have some people are very doom and gloom about the whole things. I do think we are going to be going into a new stage of existence that is less about what you individually produce and more about how we as a whole can like work together, because it has the capacity to be just faster and faster and faster. So
yeah, that's a good point. It seems like it's taking away, there's so much technology that has enabled us as humans to do this remote. Like, we used to have to just talk in person, but now we can talk. And so like in kind of a crappy way, it's separated a lot of us. I mean, we see that on social media with just like blowhards expressing wild ass black and white opinions all over the place. And it has like created a divide. And it does seem like as AI comes in, just kind of everybody has it, and it's the new cell phone and it's the new internet Google search thing. Like, the need for community feels like it's going to increase in a funny way, because we're going to be so.
That's where, and in fact, tomorrow night is I'm starting a networking group that is just for trades and home service businesses, because in my local area. So I'm in the St. Louis area. And, I'm doing this just because they're like they have different needs for networking. They do need to just general network, but they also need to network with each other because they are their best referral partners. Yep. And then also some of them want to be subcontractors. Some of them need people, need subcontractors. Oftentimes they're in people's homes so they can make those recommendations on the spot if they have those referral partners that they feel like, oh yeah, like I know the exact person who can help you, and I trust them and they're going to give you a good deal and that type of thing. Like, they need that community and networking. But let's be honest, a lot of times they go to these type of events and they are just like, they are the people that everyone wants to talk to. And they're just like, I call them prey. Like, they go and they're the prey. Like, everyone is just, and it is not fair to them. And it's not fun for them. They don't want to feel like that, but they do need networking. Everyone needs networking. That's one of the best ways to have a really solid base to your business. Yep. So it's like, talking to a lot of people, talking to clients, like, let's just do it for trades only. And let's get together and, just make sure that we have really good referral partners, because that's the best way to grow a strong business, because marketing fads come and go.
Yeah.
But relationships stick.
Yeah. Nonstop. And I mean, like, marketing and recruiting both, anything that's acquisition cost related, whether it's candidates or clients, that world changes so fast. And like, what worked yesterday doesn't always work. The principles are still the same, right? Like, the foundations and like how you execute on those things is still the same. It's generally a numbers game, but how you go about it, where to find them, how to like do the boots on the ground stuff and the digital stuff. There's a constant evolution, but what never changes is the need for good relationships of like who you can trust and who you can't trust. And I am curious, Like we're gonna get back to like talking about your business stuff, but we gotta keep going down this path. It's too fun. I'm really curious. Like we're already in the age of like fake news where you already question what you read and what not everybody does, which that gets annoying. But
you should be questioning.
Hold on, I got my special guest.
Hi,
this is Danny. You're gonna listen and hang out for a little bit. All right.
Come talk AI with us.
Yeah, we're talking about AI. She's making like fake solar systems in school with AI, right?
Kinda.
Okay. But it does seem like we already distrust some things because of technology. And so it's like, how do you, in a world where anything can create anything, how do you police it or verify it or note that like this is made from AI or this isn't made from AI? You better behave yourself, girl. You better behave yourself. Don't run away or you're gonna like pull all my electronics off. But like you had robotics. Well, that's cool. We're here. Hold on, let me finish this thought because I already forgot it because I'm an ADD business owner. But it does seem like maybe there's like a mandate or a restriction of like if you're gonna produce AI that it has to be labeled or watermarked of some sort to declare it. And if it's not, I think we were talking about this earlier on my radio show. Like, I think that technology will get dismissed in a funny way. Like, nobody will believe it. They'll just be like,
that's already happening.
Yeah, like you won't trust a picture, you won't trust a story. You'll only trust who you're talking to right now, like in person, because that's what's in front of you. So it will bring everybody back together to be like, well, this is all we can trust now. So now we got to get together. You just quit.
Exactly. Yeah. I remember 2 years ago when I saw the first deep fakes coming out, deep fake videos, with Tom Cruise and Trump and things like that. And you're like, dang. Yeah. And now you can deep fake yourself. Like you can deep fake anyone you want.
I was like looking at your Facebook today and I was like, a couple of years ago, you made your profile picture and you're like, this is just a picture of me, but it looks like I'm walking in the street and it was made by chat like a couple of years ago.
And people didn't. I said, this is AI. This is AI, people. And people are like, wow, Lisa, that's such a great picture. It's AI. That was the point. And so, yeah.
Are you AI? Danny? You feel real. What'd you do in robotics? What was robotics all about?
We got to code.
Code?
Nice.
We got to code with these robotic cars. They're kind of like self-driving cars. Okay, so we had these blocks and then we set them up in like obstacle courses. And so we had these blocks and we set them up in obstacle courses. And then there was these pads that did different things. It's like green was go, red was stop. Pink was turn 90 degrees left.
So you built like an obstacle course with the coding.
Yeah, and we could see if our cars could get all the way through them.
Well, nice. Now this will be my engineers breaking my car here pretty soon. So I'll be with you.
That's when we started was Robotics Club. Yep.
Yeah, trying to get your F-150 to drive down the street, and I ran over a couple neighbors' mailboxes, but I made it to the end of the road.
Exactly.
See it already.
Yeah, it's a crazy time. Like, we're talking about like unforeseen consequences of it. We have the ability to we have ability to do so much. We also have the ability to make it like another way for us to have brain rot and not, like we can use it as a tool to expand our own, vision and broaden and go to market faster, do things faster, all the things, or we can use it as a way, like as a crutch to stay stuck. And I think that, that's what's really going to, there's so much research coming out about how electronics don't aid in learning.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that that's where we just have to be really careful that we are using this as a tool that expands what we're already doing instead of just covers up, basically.
Yeah, it speeds up our learning curve and instead of disables our thinking.
Exactly.
My wife and I were having that conversation today. Like, we're have you seen the movie Idiocracy?
I have not.
Oh, you got to watch it. You got to watch it now before it's like behind the times. But effectively, they cryogenically freeze two people. Luke Wilson is one, and then Maya Rudolph from SNL is the other.
Yeah.
And then they like forget about them, and 500 years later they wake up. And so like that is the world where it's just, and it's a spoof, but when you watch it, you're just like, oh crap, like this feels like where we're going.
It's kind of like when you read 1984 and things like that, and you're like, wait, this wasn't actually supposed to happen. Like,
was it that obvious? Like we walked right into it. But it will be interesting. And like we had 3 little kids. That was our oldest. She's 9. We got 7 and a 3. And so it's like, we talk about that a lot of like, yeah, we want them to learn how to use screens, but by the time they're our age, like you'll just think and things will happen. Like you'll be tapped into whatever. Like you're not going to be pushing buttons on the screen. That'll be like them being like, you guys used to use typewriters? We'll be like, yeah, we used to use AI. And they'll be like, use AI, you old retards. You guys are so you guys are stale. So it's just like, it's hard to know like what to promote, like what to teach them is important. All we can figure out is like teach them that hard work is important. That's about all we can figure out is like just work hard, treat people well. I don't know the rest of it anymore.
I think it's just like the networking. Like I think you go back to the basics. The foundational things will always be important. You know, you learn so much better from paper because we've always learned better from seeing and holding and doing things. Like
stuff.
You want to utilize as much as you can, but don't forget the basics. Don't forget the foundational stuff, because that's what's going to propel you forward in the future.
In these like maid service conversations, I was at a maid service convention last week and then had that conversation yesterday. And especially in maid services, and like I run a bookkeeping business, and bookkeeping is just a maid service. We just don't go to our clients to clean. We just do it digitally. But
exactly,
it's all such a people-centric business that you can have all the tools you want to clean faster, do things quicker. And bookkeeping, obviously, because it's digital, will be aided more and more by that. But it always comes down to who's the best leader, right? Exactly. Who assembles the best team and communicates the best and builds the best community. That
trust.
Person still wins. That person still wins. It's just use the tools to do it faster. And
both you and me and maids and, you know, so many of these service-based business owners, you're asking people to trust some things that are very important to them with, you know, like giving you access to them, whether it's your home, their business accounts, all the different things. And so trust is huge. And I think that that's what people forget nowadays. Like that doesn't go away. No one's ever going to trust AI like they do real people.
I was going to say, if anything gets amplified because we're all wary, like we're all assuming we can't trust a thing unless we really get to have our hands on it, because it's like, there's no proving that it's real. And therefore it's the opposite of like innocent until proven guilty. It's like fake until proven real.
That's true. Yeah. And that's why I tell all my clients, like there's 3 parts to every system that I create. And it is AI, automation, and human touch. And there's always going to be the human touch part of it, because you can't trust things to never go astray. There's going to be like, I'm like, AI is amazing until it's not. And then it, you know, like I'd had an event that like the one that you and I talked about, but I had an event that I was doing, and I was, you know, using AI to help people determine which of the speakers would be the best for them to go to and talk to and things like that. And if it didn't have a good answer for someone, it would just make it up. Yeah. Okay, go talk to this person. That is not even a real person, let alone someone who is speaking at this event. You know, like.
But go on a goose egg. Go on a goose hunt anyway. Go see if you can find it.
Exactly. So it's just one of those things. Like if you think that you can trust AI to just do things and never have any oversight, you're going to be finding yourself to be with some unhappy clients.
This morning, I was working with one of my old business partners. And you were talking about like the networking part, and he and I were competitors for the longest time, but we would always help each other. And so eventually, as bookkeeping became a main thing for me, he took over running our window cleaning business, and we eventually sold the whole thing to him. But I still meet with him every week and work on his business with him. And so we're looking through a note, like an amortization schedule, super like a 6-month payoff note, really simple schedule. And I'm like, hey, you guys wrote this check to Kelly, but it's just the principal amount. Like it's not the full payment. The interest is missing. and he's like, oh, and all the checks are written for that amount, but it's an amortization schedule. So the principal changes every time. The payment's not supposed to, but the payment got written wrong. And then he realized, he's like, yeah, I used chat to come up with that AM schedule. And I was like, yeah, it's not there yet, bud. So we made it work, but I was like, oh, yeah. You still need to trust but verify.
In fact, I just saw this, and I saw it on social media, so take it for what it's worth. But that if you use AI to help you prepare a legal case of some sort, as your lawyer, basically, that there is no confidentiality.
Interesting.
Those records, that history can be subpoenaed and things like that, because there is no client privilege, the attorney-client privilege with that. And I was like, whew, that's something that no one has talked about yet.
Yeah, that's interesting.
The implications of using AI in these scenarios that used to be so confidential.
Yeah.
As a therapist, as an attorney, as all these different roles.
Now it's just out there.
Yeah, exactly. And you have no idea who has access to it.
I got to give a shout out to Elvin Chica in the chat here. What's up, Elvin? Haven't heard from you in a while, man. Good to hear from you. My grandma Jane is in the chat too.
Nice.
Saw her checking in. Hi, Grandma. Thanks for checking in. Hope you're doing well. Lisa, we can keep going down this path, but now we got to rewind to pre-AI to figure out how the hell we got here. I always like to do a little walk down memory lane, because you didn't just land on the planet yesterday and here we are. So take us back. I don't know if it's a childhood thing, it's a school thing, or whatever. How the heck did you end up in the home service industry? Was it a dream from a young age that you'd be doing home service stuff, or what was your career trajectory that kind of had you settle here in the trade space and helping small business owners?
So it really, I have always wanted to be an entrepreneur. That has just been this huge passion of mine. But for a long time, I just kind of bounced around trying to figure out, until, I don't know, around 2017, I found this company called Zapier. And I was like, oh, this is fun. And I discovered that I love automation. I love creating systems. I love creating processes. And you can do it with every aspect of business. It doesn't really matter. But what I found out at that time, when I first started doing that, is automation without oversight, again, without someone being responsible for keeping those systems up, keeping them moving, and fixing them if they break, or different software has different issues, things like someone who's not overseeing it, making sure that it works. I can make the most beautiful automation in the world, and most of the time, within 6 months, no one's using it. Yep, and I was like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
So then I went to marketing, because most people keep up with their marketing. If you're going to spend the time to create the marketing automations and all the different parts and pieces that go into that, they keep up with that. So that's when I started doing marketing. I was doing some marketing coaching and things like that. But really, it's the systems behind it that I've always loved. And my dad, long time ago, he's like, you should work for service-based businesses. You should work for trades. You need to work for plumbers, answering their phones. And I was like, that's not exactly what I do, Dad.
Yeah.
But you really
classic
should
dad advice. Classic dad advice. You should. If I
exactly. Oh, my dad especially. Yeah, he. But that's always stayed there in the back of my head of it would be beneficial. These are companies that try. Oftentimes their phones go unanswered. They don't return emails. They're not, oftentimes the most technologically savvy people.
Mm-hmm.
So when AI started coming around, I was like, oh, this idea suddenly got a whole lot more feasible, because it's not just trading time for money with people doing everything, but now we can add AI to the mix to speed it up. So what would be one hire to take care of that whole back office, I can put someone in place and have them take care of 5 to 10 clients at the same time, be a whole lot less than what it costs to hire someone. You don't have to do all the taxes, all the things, right? But they get more done in less time, and there's a system behind it. So from the moment that lead comes in until you're asking for that 5-star review 2 years later because, they love the service so much. It's all connected.
Mm-hmm.
And that just excites the heck out of me. So yeah, that's what I do.
Making it all work. Making it
yeah.
all work.
And nothing excites me more than to take a mundane chore that someone absolutely hates doing and automate it completely away.
Mm-hmm. And that, I mean, I watch it happen, and you've seen it happen so many times. Like the person that starts a small business is oftentimes good at the activity of starting that small business.
Yes.
As they start growing it, they're like, oh crap. Now I'm doing my job all day, and then I'm doing my admin stuff at night, and I'm saving it because it's my least favorite part. And they're the worst at it, right? Like the person that's good at working on an HVAC is not good at following up, doing sales follow-ups, doing email follow-ups, answering the phone, booking calls, routing jobs. Not that they are terrible at it, but they're going to always leave it for last.
Exactly.
And they like procrastinate and avoid. And they become kind of their own worst enemy and like put the ceiling on their business because they're going to avoid, I'll say, probably the most important part of their business in a funny way. Like, yes, their service delivery is very important, but like if the back office stuff doesn't happen, you can't grow. It's just it's just you going out and read and react.
You hit a ceiling and you cannot break through it
so fast.
Like you get to a point you can do it all on your own. There is like some validity to that. I was talking to a pressure washing guy, and he's like, yeah, I'm 100% on my own. He's like, yeah, I could really use some help with marketing and like the social media. And then I ask him, like, what could you do if you didn't have to worry about all this other stuff, all the stuff on the back end? And he couldn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't conceptualize it. He's like, I don't even know. I think I blew his mind just asking that one question. Like, what more could you do in your business? You alone, not having to hire, but you alone, knowing that all that other stuff just happened.
Everything.
Exactly.
Whatever the hell you want is the right answer. You can do whatever.
Exactly.
So when I was in Indianapolis last week, it was a CleanCon. It was the first ever CleanCon, and I was leading a panel based on we were talking about the financial value of employees and like why building a culture and core values and everything is so important. And before I even like got the panel started, I cracked a beer, which is my favorite thing to do on stage because everybody's like, "What?" Like it creates this like shock factor immediately. I'll do that.
There's probably no better attention getter.
Like now those who know me are like, "Oh, like where are your Busch Lights, Dan? You got your beer, you got your cooler." And I said it on stage. Anybody else that wants, like, if you're gonna let me drink alone, that's fine. But like, then you make me look like an alcoholic. And so I get up there. I'm like, here's the beer. I gotta, and I make a point to say like, this isn't because I'm thirsty. It's not because like I need a beer. It's a metaphor to remind us all that we own our own business and we can do whatever the fuck we want. And I like to drop the F word because that also gets a shock factor. So be like, holy cow. And then we're going to have some fun. We own our own business. We get to have fun. And the minute we're like feeling sorry for ourselves or not loving our own business, all we got to do is go look in the mirror.
Yeah.
It's ours. It's our thing. We did this.
Yeah.
Like if we we did this.
Exactly. One of the first things I try and do when I'm working with someone is what business do you want to build? Do you want to have the business that you're always out in the field and you love it and you want to keep doing that? Or do you want to be that CEO that's managing everything from on top? Or do you want to be that person that has the 4-hour work week and literally is like on a beach somewhere and everything's being handled? Because that's actually the way to go. Because that's the business that's sellable is that one right there.
Yep.
But, what do you want to build? Because even when you're going from that solopreneur to the first hire, not thinking about that, not putting those systems in place from the beginning of where you want to be 5 years from down the road, 10 years from down the road, whatever, you're going to have to go back and figure that out eventually.
How, when you started taking on clients and said, okay, Dad, you weren't totally wrong.
You weren't totally wrong.
You weren't totally wrong this time. And I think we've all kind of seen that play out in the trades that like it got devalued for a while, and it's getting massively valued now because it is hands-on, and you can't fake that skill set. Like that's a real legit skill set. And I mean there will be robots and there will be technology, but
We are 5 to 10 years before that is even a feasible, semi-feasible thing for the trades. Yeah.
And it's a wild necessity, right? The beauty of the trades especially is it has the perfect trifecta that I love in a service business, where it has the margin structure of installing stuff. Check. Nerdy bookkeeper. Check. It has the maintenance recurring revenue. Check. And then it's got the emergency service, high ticket, got to come fix something right now. Check.
Yeah.
And so you have this trifecta of like you always have something going on, and it's very scalable. When you had that, like, here we go, here's my role in this space. How did you attack it? Like, you start picking up the phone, calling people? Did you already have relationships to start getting in the space? What was your approach? Like, yo,
that's actually really funny, because this is right about the same time that AI started taking over all sorts of marketing, right? So like the first thing I've always been cold phone calls. Like I feel like that's one of the best ways. And then AI starts, if you start making more than 30 calls a day, especially in rapid succession, you start getting spam likely designations on your number. So it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then we like went down the cold email route in December of this last year. Almost all promotional emails went to spam or promotions. Like it was so hard for anyone to get through. So, so this is in the midst of me rebranding, right? Me from going from marketing to trades. And I'm like, how do I get in front of the right people? And that's when I started networking. And that's when I started talking to real
relationships. Yeah.
It's about relationships, even though I'm this like marketing person who studies all the marketing stuff and whatever. Like, what worked for me was relationships and building. And that's why I'm doing this networking group in my local area and, talking to real people about real problems and just being of service to people, even though I'm not, I'm doing some marketing, but not really. Like, I still give people advice of like ways that they can get over that hump and try some different things and see around that corner, because I call it the wild, wild west of marketing right now. It is. You just don't know what's going to work one day for it to the next. Everything is up in the air. AI, like I think about AI, like they turned on AI for Facebook, and AI went and shut down all the groups that had anything to do with AI. Like just immediately, that was the first thing that happened. It was like,
I don't trust us.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, oh, these all look suspect. We're just going to shut them all down.
Yeah.
Like, though, it is the craziest time. It's really fun, but it's the craziest time to be in this field. And this is why, like, I'm just telling people over and over again, it's about real connection. It's about taking time, helping other people. I'm really spending a lot of time doing referral, introducing people that I think will be good network partners together.
I got an email from you. It might've been 2 weeks ago, and I was just so far behind on my emails.
You're
that
fine.
I replied last week or earlier this week, but I'm in there.
Yeah, no.
I'm in that mix.
Yeah, you are in the mix. But yeah, it's relationships. It's getting in front. And, I have a different business. There are people that are somewhat similar, but no one's exactly doing what I'm doing, because I am putting those people in place who take over the delegating, the actual like things that you can't delegate away or you can't automate away. So there's a lot of people who set up systems and processes, but I found it's just so much easier to take over the entire back office and just be like, hey, we got it. Like third party out some of the stuff like the bookkeeping and the payroll and that type of thing. But at the end of the day, my name is my reputation is what is getting, making sure that everything gets done.
Yeah.
Not anyone else. And and so I don't remember where I was going with that, but yeah.
Back to the human connection though, because I think that's we like run this gamut of, oh man, like we used to all be in contact, and then technology came out, separated us more, and it feels like we're just like running in like a hamster wheel. Like we have more technology, but the realization is happening of that's just gonna force that loop of we don't know what the next marketing tool is, what the next what people will trust, because consumers aren't trusting ads the way they used to anymore. And so it is harder to reach them, like you said, whether it's a phone call, whether it's an email, whatever. Like they're not trusting the things that they're seeing. It makes it harder for them to make a decision.
Yeah.
It makes it way easier for them to make a decision when you're in front of them and they're like, you're a real human and I can talk to you and you can answer my questions. And like that connection is just crazy. And I always teach, like as a bookkeeper, I'm looking at people's financials and I'm looking at their marketing, what they're doing. And I had a guy today that was like trying to get landscape lighting going. So I'm talking to him through like landscape lighting. I'm like, no matter what, you need a good foundation of marketing. You need a good website where people can find you. You need a good Google business page, like build out your infrastructure, be in all the places. And then like, sure, you can spend money on ads, but landscape lighting is pretty tough to like throw an ad in front of somebody. And they're like, you know what? Yeah, I would like to spend $40,000 with you. That sounds like, let's throw some lights around here.
I had never thought of that before, but yeah, that's what I needed in my life.
Yeah. It's like your landscape lighting is going to be awesome when you get that $50,000 to $100,000 job, but they're not going to go just book work because they clicked on a Google ad. No. You're going to have to go meet them to build trust, to build a relationship so they know that you're the right person to handle such a project for them. Like they're not just going to buy that thing because you put a letter in their mailbox. And so it is just always going to go back to connection. And it seems like in a world of technology where we could almost never connect, it's going to get that much more important, which is just kind of crazy to think. But
it all comes full circle.
It does. It's like bell-bottom jeans. They went, they were in, and they're out, and then they came back, and then they were out, and I think they're coming back again. I think I saw.
They are. Well, the crazy thing is because it's one more way that technology has sped everything up. It's like people now want to be unique, and so because everyone wants to be unique, nothing is really in style and nothing is really out of style. Because everyone's like, well, I'm going to be different, so I'm going to wear this. But then everyone else starts to wear that. And then it just keeps going around and around. And it's like, all right, I'm never throwing anything away again because it will be back in style in 3 months. Like
I'm going to stop trying to be different because trying to be different is getting old. Like that ain't cool anymore. Now trying to blend in is cool all of a sudden. I don't know.
I just don't have the mental capacity to care anymore about it.
Yeah,
honestly.
I'm over that. I trimmed my beard right before we came on. And I don't want to look like a slob, but I generally am just like, I just look like what I look like. I'm not dying. I got a weird gray that goes farther on this side. And I'm like, I could deal with that, but it's also just me. And my wife doesn't mind. She knows what I look like. I know what I look like. I'm not going to do anything about it. This is just what I look like. But it was getting like too long and uncomfortable. And so I've noticed that like I have comfort constraints about how I view myself.
Yes. And my husband's the exact same way. He doesn't shave anymore, but he trims. He likes it short, but not to the skin.
My problem is if it gets longer, I just start playing with it because I'll just be like all day. I'll be like messing with my mustache like freaking Dr. Evil, and I'm just like, once I start messing with it, and I catch and I'll like see myself. I'm on Zoom calls all day, right? I'm just like, oh, I'm playing with my beard again. Time to trim the beard. When it's short, I don't mess with it. It's not fun to mess with when it's short. When it's long, I'm like twirling it, I'm moving it, and I'll like see myself, and I'm like, man, I look like a freaking idiot. Yeah, like all of a sudden, I look like I'm running a freaking movie theater over here, like dishing out some popcorn, wearing a weird hat.
Nice.
Bus, I don't know. But it does. What the hell were we talking about? Who knows how we got here talking about facial?
I think it was a relationships event originally.
Somehow we got there.
Yeah.
So as you're like booked and staffed, how long has that entity existed? How long
it was October that I switched, and I still have some. I still do marketing too. I still have marketing clients. I'm switching over to those. It's it's very interesting, I to kind of like bridge both worlds because I do marketing still. I love marketing. You always need marketing. But what I realized is the vast majority of people I'm talking to in the trades, they don't have the foundation that if we did bring them more leads, back in the day when I was doing that they could handle them in a way. Like, I was talking to one person, she's spending $2,000 a month on leads in the maid service industry, $2,000 a month. She's getting plenty of leads and she's doing good, but she has no way to follow up with them. Absolutely none.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I was like, you're like, that is so much money, so much money just being left on the table. Because I guarantee that there's people, because she gets them mostly from Thumbtack, right? So there's so many people that like on a whim filled out a form on Thumbtack and weren't exactly ready at that point, but wanted to know like how much would it cost and all the things, right? But 2 months later, when life really gets busy for them, they're going to be actually looking.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, who's that person that sent me 3 follow-ups? Okay, let's go. We're ready. Like
Exactly.
and it costs nothing to just like
Costs nothing. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And if you do more than 8, like no one does more than 8 ever. So if you're one of the few that do heck more than 5, you're going to stand out from the crowd.
We do more, but I have Nina, who's my admin. Like any bookkeeper or bookkeeping combo that we have, she'll do the follow-up after the demo to get the info, and then I'll send some pricing, and then she'll do the follow-up after that to get a yes or a no. And every once in a while we'll get somebody that's like unsubscribe. Then I'm like, haha, this ain't automated. Like we're real humans over here. But sure, we'll bug you until you say no. And I told Nina, I was like, our email says, please just say no if you're not actually interested. You'll save us all some time. Like we do want to know, but I'd rather have a no than a ghost or a maybe. Like
exactly.
You ain't gonna hurt my feelings. This ain't high school dating. Like tell me what we got going on here so we can move on if we need to move on. We got a lot of people we need to help, and if you ain't one of them, that's fine.
That's totally fine. Yeah, that's the way I feel about with the systems and the processes and things like that. Like I put time into creating even a proposal of like what are you doing now? What could be done, to speed up the processes, things like I put a lot of time into that. I want people to feel like, oh yeah, this transition would be easy. It's not going to take all of my time. That's the other thing too. So many people in this field, they feel like, oh, I'll just ask, this really busy business owner to be on a call with me for 3 hours one day to get it all set up. And then weekly check-ins and all this stuff. And I'm like, no, they don't want that. they want you to handle it. So handle it.
Yep. And now the tools are there.
Yeah.
The tools are out there. Use the tools. Creative. One of our core values at Best Damn Bookkeeping is efficiency. And I was trying to remind my team, like, let's try not to get caught doing accounting for the sake of doing accounting. Like, we don't need to do stuff just to do stuff. We're not admin people. We're production people. We need to get the result, get the stuff organized, present it in a useful way as fast as possible for the best price possible. We don't need to create work out of thin air. Like we're working with small business owners. They're already bonkers. We don't need to give them more to do. We're trying to give them less to do. Like how do we
One of my favorite questions to ask people is, why are you doing this?
That's just gotta like smack some people in the face sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
well, okay. So a good example is social media, right? I'll ask people, why are you spending this time doing social media? Because, let's be honest. 99% of posts do not get seen by anyone else. Like that's just maybe your mom. Like that's about it.
Grandma Jane is checking in.
Exactly. Most posts. Now I think you need to be on social media. I'm not on social media, but I think you should be on social media. It's one of those things. Like I have a love-hate relationship with social media.
Mine's more hate love. I would put the hate before the love.
Yes, let's be honest. That is true.
Yeah.
But unless you really want this, unless you want to really divide, have a plan, stick to a plan, have a campaign that you're willing to sink 6 to 9 months, maybe 12 months into without much results. Social media is just social proof at that point. It's if someone Googles you, if someone goes on Instagram, if someone, checks you out, like looks for a Facebook page, they will find it. If it's updated, and they see before and after pictures, and they see interviews with some of the people that you've been working with and things like that, that will help them make the decision, yes, I want to go with this company. Mm-hmm. But it's not going to bring you Joe Schmo off the street who's never heard of you before. It's just not.
Yep. That's funny you say that, because you're like telling me a thing I've realized, but nobody ever articulated it to me. But I do find that, like, I will have people come up to me, and I gave this example earlier today when I was on a demo. I'll have people come up to me They're like, I've been watching your show for 5 years. And I'm like, and you waited till now, like you've known what I do and how I can help you, and you waited 5 years to talk to me. Like, I'm glad you did. Welcome. Here we are now. But it is funny. It's like you can't necessarily convince them, but it's an awareness thing, and then they'll decide. And I have found they'll go, like you said, they'll go social proof it. One of the areas I didn't expect, but I really appreciate is when we do recruiting, I will have applicants be like, I watched the last few podcasts, and I like you're who you are, and
exactly.
And some people are like, I'm out, and I'm like, cool. And some people
that's
are like,
exactly what you want.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yes, I'm not for everybody. Please don't come work here if I'm not for you. You're gonna be miserable.
Yeah.
What's up,
no,
dude?
I agree 100%. I think that is, like you probably it's probably going to help you more with your recruiting the right people than anything else, I could imagine. You've been doing it long enough, you're going to get some residuals. Like you're in on this, and going live is one of the best ways to get new eyeballs. It's so good because you're getting people right when they're bored.
Kind of like a 3-year-old right there. Hey, Cross Dog.
Yeah.
That my kids have no boundaries of my podcast, and I've just given up being like, don't come in here, because I'm kind of like, I like that they're curious about who I'm talking to and what I'm doing. But then they run out and they don't shut the door. Hey, Cross Dog, somebody come and shut my door. Did you ever see, there was the one video where there was a guy that was like doing a corporate call, and then the baby comes busting in, and then the nanny
it was a news. They were on the news. It was a live news. The baby.
Yeah, I'd be like,
the mom.
I'm just like, come here, baby. Yeah.
That was the best COVID example of like, COVID's here. We're trying to do the best we can, and everything is going awry.
I didn't realize that was on the news. That's even better.
It was on the news. Yeah, he's being interviewed on the news. The baby busts in. Awesome
just
stuff.
Like a baby in a chair walker thing too. Like of all, like didn't open the doorknob, just came like, here I come. Dad's in there. I can hear him. Like,
and the mom, like she acted like she was in like a spy movie.
Yeah. I'm gonna get him out.
It was like, you could not have asked for better. Just a better way and it was early on in the pandemic too. So when everyone's feeling like, I don't know what the Zoom thing is, I don't know what I'm doing, and then it was just like it articulated like
and now
that whole experience.
Now you'd see that and be like, that's fake.
That's true.
I don't believe it. It's funny, but that's fake. I don't believe it. I'm not buying it.
Yeah. Anytime a baby talks too well, I'm like, yeah, that's fake.
Mm-hmm.
Babies don't talk like that.
No, I can tell. My 3-year-old came in here and just was like, nope, I'm out. Just bail.
Yeah.
Just bail. Couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle the level of topic. He's not ready for AI yet.
Yeah, exactly. He will be though. Man, he's not. I can't even imagine what the world is going to be like for these kids. Like
it's going to be, I'm sure our great grandparents said the same thing, right?
True.
Like what, like, can you imagine? I think every generation since the Industrial Revolution, or maybe even since like the what am I trying to say? The Renaissance, probably felt like the next generation is like, oh man, this is going to hell. Like these guys are losing their minds now. But we'll figure it out. Like, we always do. We'll figure it out.
Well, and kids are so resilient. Like kids are the best. They are so awesome.
They're great when they are, but sometimes they're not. But then usually you just got to distract them.
They're pretty fun at 20. I highly recommend that age.
Can I just skip? Can I go from like 10 to 20 and just skip Actually, I don't want to.
No,
I'm here for the journey.
Yeah, I have 4 boys, and my youngest is 20. So.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Would you have kids when you're in your teens or what? How do you have kids that
I got married at 19, so yeah.
You got an early start. You got an early start. We didn't I think we were 30 when we had our first kiddo.
Mm.
Yeah. That checks out. That math checks out. So we're a little behind you. But
yeah, it's actually been the best thing. I love it because, I it's like I have this whole second chance to make whatever I want out of my life.
Do you have any grandkids yet?
I do.
You graduate? How many you got?
2.
You're a graduate. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, does it feel like a second lap, or does it feel like, oh yeah, I'm good, got my share, baby, here you go, you can have it back now?
A little bit of both. Like, it's fun to come in and be that person who everyone's excited about, right? Like, that's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. You
Yeah,
know,
I can
like
see that. I can see that.
I get called Gigi, and they're like, he's like, you know, the other night, like they're trying to put him to bed, and I had said hi to him on the phone earlier, and he pops up and goes, "Where Gigi?" And they're like, "At Gigi's house." Okay, goes back down. You know, like,
Oh,
that's
dang.
fun.
Yeah.
It's fun for little, you know, to mean so much to a little guy.
Yeah. You're in high demand. Grandmas are always in high demand.
Yeah, but it is nice to also have a life that is not kids and not all the other stuff. So
there's a tipping point too around that like 20-year-old range where like your kids, and I went through it half a life ago, where all of a sudden when you're a kid, you got to start buying your own stuff. And that's the catalyst to when you're like, oh shit, they were right. Like, they were right about damn near everything.
yes.
And then their perspective of you as a parent changes, and then you can be friends after that. Like, up until then, you got to be responsible for them. Once they got to buy their own shit, then you can just hang out with them when you want to hang out with them. And like,
yeah, that's my 20-year-old right now. Is I just kind of laugh a little bit because he's like, I have this full-time job, I'm working all these hours, and then everything comes down to I'll have to work 2 hours to buy this thing. Like, it all just comes time and money. Like,
welcome to the world, kiddo.
Exactly.
Drew Larson checking in. Isn't it bedtime? Do you sleep, Dan? I'm an hour behind you, Drew. I'm an hour behind you. You're living in the future. I'm living in the past, man. Don't worry about it. We'll get to bed. What, Lisa, where do you see Booked and Staffed going? I mean, obviously it's hard to predict the future here.
Yeah.
But like, what are you said it earlier. What kind of business do you want to build? Like, for you, what's the answer to that? What is Booked and Staffed? What kind of business do you want to build?
Yeah, so it's 2 parts. Like, I want to help 100 business owners to just not have to worry about their back end at all. Like, to feel like it's being handled, and that is all, you know, the piece that comes with that. That's what I want to give people. But then on the other side of that, like, I've been that stay-at-home mom that's just trying to, you know, bring in a little extra money or things like that. I want to do that for other women. I want to help them to be able to have something where they can work a few hours a day from home, be able to help their family out, and be an integral part of an organization. So that's what I want to bring together, is these busy business owners who need people, and these moms who need flexibility, and create this relationship where I'm kind of in the middle, directing to make sure it all happens like it's supposed to happen, but like have this trust. I'm big on trust. I really want people to trust me, and I want to be able to trust the people that I work with, that we're all in it for the same thing, for the same goals. And that's just to rise together to make something really cool. And so, yeah, that's what I see.
I think trust is going to like really take over. I mean, and it's a finicky thing, right? Trust is right up there with love, where it's like, I don't know exactly how to define it, but I know it when I see it.
Yeah.
Like, or I know when I feel it. Yeah.
Yes.
And so there's I don't remember if it was a TED Talk or what it was, but somebody was addressing fairness, and I put fairness right in there too. And people love to downplay fairness, and they're like, well, life isn't fair. I'm like, yeah, but anybody that ever says that is just justifying a shitty behavior. Like, we all feel fairness, and we all dislike unfairness. Nobody's like, oh, I love a good unfair situation. Like, nobody loves an unfair situation. We all strive for fairness, and we know it when we see it, and it's hard to define, but it's a feeling that you have when there's a equal opportunity, when there's a fair playing field, and like, that trust is right in there, and love is right in there, and it's like that. Those intangibles are just going to get so important in the game that we play of business and AI and how we use technology.
Yeah, because you can't replicate it.
Yeah, it is the human experience. And
exactly.
Technology in the world can't replace trust, can't replace love, can't replace fairness. It's just so core. I don't know the right answer. That's just an observation. That's not a question.
Well, I think it's easy to get jaded right now. And I just, and like I was working with one guy and he just was so, because like the first thing I come in is like all the stuff in your brain down on paper. That's what we have to do first, because we cannot create a system that you can pull yourself out of unless everything from in here is down on paper somewhere, someone can access it, that type of thing. And he just could not do that. He was so certain that people were going to steal his stuff and steal his procedures and da-da-da. And I was like, dude, like, you can gatekeep everything, but all it's going to do is create more stress in your life. Like, I'm a firm believer, like what you put out there, you get back. And if someone's going to screw you, they're going to screw you. But I'm not going to spend my entire life worrying about that. Now, I'm not going to be stupid, but I'm not going to worry also. I'm just going to do my best in every situation. And if I stumble, if I fall, then I'm just going to make it up to people and keep moving on.
Yep. That's the equivalent of like locking yourself in your own jail cell and bringing the key on the inside. Like, you'll never get me out of here. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me know if you need me to bring you some food or something. I guess I'm still here to help. I saw one of my Facebook friends today posted a legal document that she had gotten, and I don't know what it was. I don't know where it came from, but she was saying like, haha, look at this. It's so funny. Can you see the things in it? Like, what are the flaws in this legal document? And I was like, man, the constraints, and it was like a thing she was trying to attend. And it was like a very protective, non-disclosure agreement type of thing. And I'm like, man, if somebody gave me that, I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to rip it up and not go. Like, the trust, there's no trust. And if you can't trust me enough and I can't trust you enough that for me to show up, you have a legal document, I just ain't coming to your thing and you ain't my people. Like, I'm sorry. I just got better stuff to do. I've never had to sign a legal document to go hunting or fishing with a friend. Like, I guess I'll just go do that instead and have some fun and like surround myself with some good business owner people that I can have fun with and get outside with. But I ain't coming to whatever your party is. I just thought, I thought it was weird that she posted it, because I was like, why are you posting it? Just like, where's the rip in the middle of it? You missed the part where you rip it up, because why would you go to
that very satisfying feeling?
Oh, it'd be so good. I'd just like shred it. It'd be some good content. Everybody loves a good paper shred with the dual cut. It's a good, good content. I think I'd start there. But it is weird. It's like, I get the being scared, right? Mm-hmm. The world is weird, but that's where we just got to get back to the human connection. It's there.
Yeah, that's part of the reason I like Alex Hormozy so much, is he's like, give it all away. Like, just give it all away.
Everybody's gonna have it anyway. Like,
exactly.
With AI,
nothing is safe with AI anymore.
No. There's no point in trying to protect it. It's all out there. Somebody else is doing it too. They figured it out. They're gonna give it. So
exactly.
What do you hide? It's weird. That is a weird thought, though. Like, it's all out there. It's all happening.
Well, have you noticed with social media, the lists, the people standing up and being the expert, that's all going away, and all the stories are coming out? And it's because AI sucks still at writing a good story.
Yeah.
And so that's the way that they can show up and be like, oh, this content was not created by AI. This is me.
Yeah, interesting. And like, you can't fake emotion. You can't fake reality. You can't fake funny. Like that, again, just back to the human experience. Like, it's authentic and it's nuanced, and AI can replicate it, but it just ain't the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's still hell of a tool.
Oh yeah. I used it today. I was like, that probably saved me 5 hours.
Oh God, yeah. I've got a employee review thing that we're working on, and we're kind of like figuring out the mechanics of what we want to measure, how we want to measure it. But and right now we're just in this crazy busy season, so I'm trying to like be patient about it. But part of me just wants to crack open a Manus and just like start building some stuff. I need to give it some time. Time's the hard part, but it's one of those funny things where it's like, if I do it, then I'll have the time back. But I also had 15
Maybe
freaking demos.
sometimes it's one of those things where you build your own cage. Like,
yeah, you gotta be careful. You don't want to lock yourself in your own jail cell. I could see that
exactly.
I could see that happening. Feels like a Sunday afternoon project. There's no more football on. There's some basketball. We got some basketball to watch. It's not turkey season yet. It's no longer ice fishing season, and it's not turkey season. My wife and I, April, the first late March, early April, is house project time. We have a 4-week window. We have a 4-week window when ice fishing ends till turkey hunting and open water fishing starts, where we can get some house projects done. So we got a bathroom remodel in the works. That's the house project of the season. Little bathroom remodel action. But besides that, I can mess with some AI. Got some time for AI coming up.
Yeah. Well, if you want any suggestions, I've been looking into some stuff. I'm like, dang, this is amazing stuff.
It's kind of like being a kid walking in a candy store.
It really is. Except for the flavors change every week. It's like, I didn't have a chance to try that one, and now this one's out here.
It's definitely walking into Willy Wonka. I came back on Willy Wonka this year because my kids' school play was Willy Wonka Jr.
Oh, nice.
And so we had the songs going around the house. We had the Oompa Loompas. It was one of my kids was an Oompa Loompa and was like the dance choreographer for all the dances. And the other one was one of the squirrels. She was the younger one. She was one of the squirrels. She did the opening thing, and then she was one of the squirrels. So it was nonstop Willy Wonka in the house. So that's what I'm picturing. We just got all the options.
That's fun. I love kids being involved in that type of stuff. There is the community. They will never get that sense of community from anything else, like being a part of a production. It's just my kids, they did that. Most of them did that, and they still talk about it. Like it's one of the best things.
It was they're 4th and 2nd grade, right? So it's not the school does a ridiculous job. They did Moana last year. I think I was crying at one point. I've watched Moana 1,000 times. My karaoke song is "You're Welcome." Like that's my go-to karaoke song.
Nice.
Just because it's so just a grown ass man singing "You're Welcome." And no, who's gonna argue with that? But they do such a good job, and the 5th graders were on stage just bawling their eyes out when it's done, because to them it's it felt like me when I was done with high school football and we lost in a playoff game. And I remember my brother crying and giving me a hug, and my parents are crying and it felt like the end of an era, right?
Yeah.
And that's how these 5th graders were acting, getting done with Willy Wonka. They were all in tears. They were singing their closing song and half of them are crying, which then makes you want to tear up when you're sitting in the crowd and you see all these 5th graders crying. You're like, oh my God, they're so sad. They're happy and they're sad. I don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
But it's you're right. It's so dang meaningful. You can't fake that stuff.
You can't. And there's nothing that will ever take the place of real human community interaction. You just can't. You can't. No video game, nothing will take that kind of just,
Oh, I lost her. Did I freeze up? Did Lisa freeze up?
Experience. I think it's great.
Well, there you go. I lost you for a second. You froze up on me, but now we're back, I think. Nope, we're frozen again. I think I'm here. Lisa, are you there? Well, that might be a wrap. We'll see. We'll see if we'll give it a second here and see if we get Lisa back. I don't know if her internet dropped or power went out. Oh, now you're back. I see.
I could hear you the whole time. You
really?
Hear
oh,
me.
That was so weird. No, you froze up, and I was just we're in limbo. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Nobody...
No, I was saying, I think StreamYard told us this is it. You guys are done.
Hey, we're there. We did it. We covered the topics. My last question for you was going to be, what did we miss? Is there anything else that you're thinking about that's top of mind to you that you're dying to drop on the crowd?
No, I don't think so. I think the biggest thing is don't be afraid to try new things with your business. That's how you stay stuck, is if you just, keep doing the same thing over and over again. When you try new things, when you experiment, when you look at what's even possible, that's when things start to really happen. And that's what's exciting about it. It makes you feel excited about your business again.
Yeah. Keep moving. Crack some eggs, make some omelets, have some fun.
Exactly.
Your business. You can do whatever the fuck you want. I'll say it again.
Exactly.
Just do it. Just do it. It's yours. It's yours. That's the cool part. Well, Lisa, thanks for coming on. It was super good to hang out with you for a while and reconnect and get the human experience again. Good luck with Booked and Staff. Let me know however I can help. That's super exciting stuff. I'll bug you for AI recommendations because I'm like implementing, but it's so hard to do when we're just like running full speed in the busy season here. So
absolutely
late spring, early summer, I'm gonna be like the most AI-iest AI guy. I don't know if that I'm using it as like verbs and adjectives and nouns all at the same time, but we're gonna do all the AI stuff.
It's its own language now.
It is. There's no condenser that can call what it is. All right, home service homies, business nerds, you guys know what to do. Work smarter and harder. Go earn some pride. Good night. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Lisa, for hanging out.
All right.